And last in this series, domain number 5. So, do you struggle to relax, constantly worry about making mistakes, or feel like you always have to be in control? Maybe you suppress your emotions, prioritise duty over happiness, or hold yourself or others to impossibly high standards. If any of this sounds familiar, then you might be dealing with maladaptive schemas from the Overvigilance and Inhibition domain. My name's Kelly, I'm a forensic psychologist and CBT therapist, and I'm here to talk about domain 5, Overvigilance and Inhibition. And as I've said before, schemas are deep-seated beliefs that we develop in our childhood that shape how we see others, the world, and ourselves. So let me break down these different schemas. So this domain consists of 4 key schemas. And if you struggle with these, you may find it hard to express emotions, to relax, or enjoy life without feeling guilty or anxious. Schema 1 is negativity/pessimism. So a belief that you may hold if you have this schema is something bad is always around the corner. So with this, you'll focus on negatives, mistakes, risks and worst case scenarios, rather than seeing the positives in life. For examples of this, so with work, that you achieve something great at work, but instead of celebrating, you think, oh, this won't last, something will go wrong soon. Another example is in relationships, that you assume people will eventually hurt or disappoint you, so you stay emotionally guarded. And this often develops in environments where parents were overly cautious, critical, or emphasise dangers and risks. And some signs that you may have this schema: always expecting the worst to happen, focusing on risks instead of opportunities, struggling to enjoy achievements because you're waiting for failure. Schema number 2, emotional inhibition. So a belief that you may have is expressing emotions is weak or dangerous. So this means that you suppress your emotions, fearing that they'll make you look weak, vulnerable, or out of control. So an example of this could be within your personal life, that you may feel sad or overwhelmed, but instead of expressing it, you tell yourself, I just need to get over it and move on. Another example in relationships could be that your partner asks how you're feeling, and you respond with, I'm fine, even though you're struggling inside. And this schema often comes or develops in families where emotions weren't validated or where expressing feelings led to criticism or punishment. And signs that you may have this schema: avoiding emotional conversations, feeling uncomfortable when others express their emotions, and suppressing your feelings instead of addressing them. Schema 3, unrelenting standards /hypercriticalness. So a belief that you may have with this schema is, I have to be perfect, or I'm not good enough. But what this means is that you set extremely high standards for yourself, but others as well, often leading to stress, burnout, or disappointment. An example in work or maybe in academia, that you achieve something great, but you immediately think, I could have done better, and nothing ever feels good enough. In your personal life, that you judge others harshly when they don't meet your expectations, even if it's in minor ways, and often they will not be aware of these expectations that you've placed upon them. And this schema often develops in childhood when love and approval were conditional on achievement and success. And signs that you may have this schema: you struggle to relax or enjoy downtime, you feel guilty when you're not being productive, and you set impossible standards for yourself and others. Schema 4, punitiveness. The belief with this could be that people should be punished for their mistakes. And what this means is that you believe that mistakes deserve punishment rather than understanding or forgiveness, whether this is towards yourself or to others. Example could be in terms of self-criticism, that you make a small mistake and you think, I'm so stupid, I should have known better, and you struggle to forgive yourself. Another example is with judging others. So a friend makes a mistake, and instead of understanding, you think, they should have been more responsible, they deserve the consequences. So this schema often develops in strict, harsh, or punitive childhood environments where mistakes were met with punishment rather than guidance. And signs you may have this schema: being harsh on yourself and others for mistakes, struggling to forgive even for minor issues, and believing people should learn the hard way. So if you recognise these schemas or these patterns in yourself, don't worry, as I said with all the other domains, that they can be changed. So if this domain and ones in this speak to you, here are some things that you can do. Challenge your negative thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought realistic? Is there another way to look at it? Allowing yourself to express emotion. Practice acknowledging and sharing your feelings, even in small ways. Setting healthy and realistic standards. Accept that perfectionism isn't necessary to be worthy or successful. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. And as always, professional support is available through schema therapy or informed schema therapy. Out of these, if there's any schemas that resonated with you most, talk about it in the comments. And if this video helped you, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone that you think may get value from hearing it too. Thank you and take care.